let's get to the real point and the real issue here. That's not the favor I was owed. That's what CM Punk said at the end of SmackDown last week. And why is this important? It's extremely important because CM Punk, as he said on his promo on Raw, getting any closer to what he wants. What he wants was to come back and main event WrestleMania to win the World Championship. Logan Paul got in his way at the Royal Rumble. Seth Rollins got in his way at Elimination Chamber, curb stomping him after Seth Rollins had been already eliminated. So he wants the title. So is Paul Heyman going to give it to him? And I have some very strong information or very strong inferences that make me believe that Paul Heyman probably will give it to him. And it's all related to John Cena and John Cena's movie schedule. See, John Cena was advertised for a few Raw dates. He's shooting a movie in Europe currently called the Matchbox Movie. And that's probably one of the reasons why WWE is currently in Europe right now having their European tour. However, John Cena wasn't on the two Raws after the Elimination Chamber victory. We had to wait a whole 2 weeks before we finally saw John Cena on the road to WrestleMania. But John Cena was advertised for Raw. He was advertised for 3 Raw dates. I think it was the 14th, the 21st, and the 31st, or thereabouts. So John Cena's final Raw appearance, scheduled Raw appearance before WrestleMania, is a full 3 weeks before the actual event on March 18 and 19, or March 19 and 20, and Las Vegas. So we're not going to. John Cena's not booked on any Raw SmackDown shows after March 31 next Monday night on Raw. So we're gonna have a full 3 weeks, a full 2.5 weeks without John Cena on any scheduled television programs. So how is this an issue? Well, it's a big issue because the main event of WrestleMania is a very big issue, and you're telling a story without John Cena on the show. I mean, how can that happen? And then this leads me to believe that if you're not gonna have John Cena feuding with Cody Rhodes for the next 2.5 weeks after Monday's Raw, maybe you need someone else. Maybe you have to insert somebody else into that match. And my guess is the winner of not one WrestleMania, CM Punk, Roman Reigns, or Seth Rollins, will be inserted in that match, the triple threat match between Cody Rhodes, John Cena, and the winner of that match at WrestleMania Night 2 and main event WrestleMania. I mean, it's a pretty good idea. There's a few downsides to this idea, mainly because I want the story to focus on John Cena's heel turn, his heel character. And we've never seen John Cena versus Cody Rhodes before, and I'm a big fan of triple threat matches. I mean, Rob Van Dam versus Steve Austin versus Kurt Angle back in 2001. I think that was at No Mercy. That was one of the best triple threat matches I've ever seen. Kurt Angle versus Triple H versus The Rock at SummerSlam 2000. One of the best, most awesome triple threat matches I've ever seen. I love the triple threat match personally, unlike Eric Bischoff and Jim Cornette, who I believe have criticized that type of match. However, when you got a story, when you want to make a match personal, I don't think having 3 guys in there is necessarily something that you should just do. I mean, I said CM Punk and Cody Rhodes would be the match booked for WrestleMania main event. I also said another good option would be John Cena versus Cody Rhodes in the main event of WrestleMania. So, 2 very compelling matches, two guys who have a very big story to tell and a very good reason to be in the main event. I said CM Punk should be booked like Stone Cold Steve Austin. I said CM Punk's the next big thing in WWE. He came back to the WWE better than ever. His promos, his energy, the fan enthusiasm, bigger and better than ever. I said you got to make them use of CM Punk because he is the next big thing in WWE. And now John Cena has his retirement tour. Do you want to make John Cena the main event in his retirement tour? I would have said yes. And I would say, well, CM Punk has the main event next year. But now we're in this position where maybe CM Punk finally main events this year. And I think the reason is probably because if John Cena is not scheduled for any dates for 2.5 weeks from Monday's Night Raw all the way until WrestleMania in Vegas, I mean, how can you have a main event? How can you have a main event match between Cody Rhodes and John Cena, a very storied match for the World Heavyweight Championship in the main event of WrestleMania, and not even have the challenger on Raw or SmackDown for a full 2.5 weeks directly prior to WrestleMania? It don't make no sense. So what's Cody Rhodes gonna be doing on Raw for 2.5 weeks? What's gonna be happening? Is he just gonna be cutting promos like he has a few weeks ago with The Miz and just in the ring by himself? But if the winner of Seth Rollins versus CM Punk versus Roman Reigns gets a main event title shot the next night at WrestleMania, if that happens, then you've all of a sudden got three very compelling top superstars for Cody Rhodes to feud with in the next 2.5 weeks when John Cena is absent from the WWE. So, will we see that happen? Well, since John Cena is not scheduled, I looked on the WWE website. John Cena's last date is March 31 in London on Raw. John Cena's gone, shooting movies, and maybe Cody Rhodes will cut a promo without that. But it seems like almost a certainty that that favor that CM Punk asked for at the end of SmackDown when he said, "Thank you, but that's not the favor I was owed." The favor from War Games when he came in to help Roman Reigns' team win at Survivor Series. Paul Heyman owes CM Punk a favor from that. And as CM Punk said on the last words of SmackDown, that's not the favor he was owed. What's the favor? A shot at the WWE Championship in the main event of WrestleMania. He already has the main event and not one, but he wants that title. So, will the winner of not one get that main event shot at WrestleMania? Or maybe the winner will just become a number one contender on Backlash, but we know how important main eventing WrestleMania is for CM Punk. And he wants the main event not two, not one, not two. He's already been WWE champion before. He's had the WWE championship for over a year, which is one of the longest reigns in WWE history up until Roman Reigns' 3.5 year reign or 4 year reign, was it? So I don't think he wants a title match at Backlash. I think he wants a title match on Night 2 of WrestleMania. I think that match between Cody Rhodes versus John Cena is going to be turned into a triple threat match. And if John Cena is not scheduled for Raw and SmackDown, which is, according to the WWE website, is accurate, then WWE don't really have much of a choice but to put CM Punk or Seth Rollins or Roman Reigns in that match. But if it does happen, there's really only one winner. It's going to be CM Punk because it don't really make much sense for Seth Rollins or Roman Reigns to be there. This is CM Punk's story. He's the top superstar in the WWE, in my opinion. He should be booked like the top superstar. People chanting his name, CM Punk, CM Punk, CM Punk. And if you really want to make CM Punk a household name to people who don't watch WWE on a regular basis, for people who only watch WrestleMania, maybe putting CM Punk in that ring with a top movie star like John Cena would be a great way to advertise CM Punk to a broader audience. And obviously, CM Punk has that history with John Cena. He had a big feud with John Cena. He had that infamous Money in the Bank match in 2011 with John Cena. And John Cena respects CM Punk, and CM Punk said he wanted to work with John Cena again. So it makes sense in a lot of ways to have CM Punk put into that triple threat match at WrestleMania. Now, Paul Heyman is not the general manager of Raw. He's not the general manager of SmackDown, so I don't know what sway he has. But if John Cena does not show up for the prior 2.5 weeks of War, I can see general manager Nick Aldis or general manager, what's the other guy's name? I forget the other general manager's name. Is it Adam Pearce? I think it is. If he's not going to show up, then it may have to be the winner gets put in that Cody Rhodes title match, which Cody Rhodes may be angry about because he doesn't even have to get pinned to lose. So, do I think it's a good idea? I probably wouldn't book it like this unless I have to book it like this, because I think John Cena's storyline turning heel has so much into it already that you don't need to add a third man into it. But you know what? It's getting too late. It's CM Punk's getting older in his career, and he being booked as the top guy in the WWE has to happen sooner rather than later. And of course, if John Cena's shooting a movie in Europe for the next 2.5 weeks, then you got to tell the story for WrestleMania, and you can't tell that story when the main event player John Cena is not on Raw or SmackDown. So, do you think it's going to be a triple threat match at WrestleMania? John Cena versus Cody Rhodes versus CM Punk? That's my prediction, and these are all the evidence I have to support that theory. Let me know if you want to see it. Let me know if you'd rather just see Cody versus John. Let me know if you're okay with John Cena not being on Raw or SmackDown for the next 2.5 weeks after tomorrow night's Raw in London. And hope you enjoy this video, and let me know what you want to see in the main event of WrestleMania. Do you think we're going to see CM Punk versus John Cena versus Cody Rhodes in the main event of WrestleMania? Well, let me know in the comments below. Like, subscribe, and see you later.